stand for themselves.
Oh, here we are.
Hey, good morning,
morning,
everybody. Welcome to Fitness Fridays with Michael and Tina. I'm Michael.
I'm Tina.
All right,
In
great.
case you couldn't figure that out on your own.
That's solved right now.
Wow.
And this is coffee.
Wow.
Trainer
Coffee.
juice.
Yes. Coffee is life.
Mm.
I'm just going to say that out loud.
Coffee
So,
is life. Good.
Who are we?
Good.
And why are we here? In case you don't know, in case you're new to Facebook and you're just newly friends with us, don't ditch us yet. Actually, Sean's a friend now.
Sean Trevino
Sean
from
Trevino.
Star Fabrication here
Yeah.
in New
Who
Braunfels,
just saved
Texas.
my ass
Had to
yesterday.
save her locking the
Can I say
keys in the car.
Yeah, so that's
once again.
That's a real thing that happened. I think if you know me, you're not surprised
Right.
to hear that. My special guest is on the sideline over here, shaking her head and laughing. She
Special,
wants to do it out
special
loud.
guest.
So actually, this is what's funny. I was actually picking up my special guest yesterday
At
from
the
the
airport.
airport, and all their things are in the back of the seat in the truck.
Car.
In the truck.
Truck.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
all right.
excited though.
Problem
I'm so
saved.
excited.
But if you're down here, in
She's
Texas,
here and
New
all the
Braunfels,
things. Am I finishing
Sean
this story?
and James make house calls. Like doctors don't even make house calls
So
anymore.
let me finish the story.
Go ahead.
So I'm so excited that my friend is here. I pick him up. I pick her and her fiance up. That we come home. We're talking. I can't wait to get him in the house and all the things. And all of a sudden, I shut the door with the keys in it. It's locked. So coincidentally, because we're new here, we don't know anybody and everybody. We met somebody 2 days ago, right? It was Sean
Trevino.
that we had met 2 days ago. And I called Michael. I said I locked my keys in the car, and the spare key is in my purse inside of the car.
Good. Good
Yeah.
planning.
I
Good
mean,
planning.
The moms out there feel me right now. They know. So
Yeah.
that it's because I need more rest, which
Yeah.
is why we're talking today.
Right.
But Sean Trevino, we're giving him a shout out because he is the gentleman that we met a couple days ago. He owns his own body shop, and he came
Well,
right
body shop, garage, mechanical. I mean, anything that needs to be done to an automobile, he does. And this is not a paid advertisement. This is just, we're really grateful because we
He's
hardly
not
know the
paying us
guy.
for this.
And he already came. By the way, he you gave him some treats yesterday?
I
What'd you
did.
give
I
him?
gave him some protein treats.
Wow,
I gave
he
him
loved
some
them.
protein balls. Did he?
He loved
What
them.
did he say?
He says, just tell Tina those treats were great.
Yeah, we gave him some energy protein
So
balls.
you're more than welcome.
Yes.
And we are here in balmy, Texas.
Good morning,
drinking
Holly. Oh,
coffee.
Dr. Vaught, good. We need you
Hello,
today.
Dr. Vaught.
Vaught, stay on.
Yeah,
Keep
stay on,
watching.
baby.
We need you.
We're talking about rest and recuperation and the importance
Yes.
of rest and recuperation, especially in these hectic days
Yeah.
of our lives.
Ooh.
Wow,
Ooh.
okay.
It's
we
like
got
a
little-
water show.
We got a
It's
little
like
water
the Bellagio.
in the back. Okay. So I'm going to actually tend to that because our vacuum for the pool is out. So I'll be right back.
He's going to come right back.
Yeah.
Here's why we're talking, though, about rest and recuperation. Because there's so many of us that are not getting enough sleep. Do you know the average American? You may or may not know this. The average... this is so funny that this is happening right now. I mean, if you're watching live right now, I hope you're peeing your pants. Watching this. Okay, totally not distracted at all. Hi, Billy and Annie McGee in New York. This is what's going on at the Senate House. Okay, the average American should be getting at least 7 to 9 hours of sleep a night, which a lot of you are probably rolling your eyes and laughing at right now because most of us are getting under 7 every evening. And the reasons why, the top 3 reasons why we're not getting the sleep, the adequate amount of sleep that we should be getting is good old stress, anxiety, and depression. Those things get brought on by the hectic lifestyles that we are choosing, our choice, we are choosing to live, right? I mean, because a lot of us are like, well, I have to go to work and I have the kids, and okay, we get that. We're living that
But
same
if you
life.
have children, you're making a conscious decision, in most cases, to have children, to expand your family. But with that comes all these stresses. So when
Right.
Tina says you choose this, yeah, we choose it, but you never know what's around the corner. You never know how your day's going to go.
No.
And life is 10% what happens and 90% how you handle it. We all know that.
Right.
Are we great at that? Not really. Some better than others.
Yeah.
Some days better than others. But it's so important for us to understand that this mechanism here, this amazing
What do you call that?
piece of physiology, the human anatomy and body, is an amazing machine. It is a machine. It's got to
Yeah.
be taken care of in a certain way. We've been speaking about this for 40 years. I have anyway, Tina.
Yeah, I'm not that old.
Yeah, not that old. But what's so important is, just like we were talking about Sean
And the car, and how he
the
takes care of the
mechanics of a
cars,
car.
right.
Remember, I've always said the heart is to your body what the engine is to a car. You must take care of this.
Right.
Now, we know a lot of people around us lately that have had to go into a hospital in an ER or gone in for...
It's happening a lot lately, actually.
Right.
And we're seeing it mostly with our friends and family members over 60 at
Right.
this point.
Friend went in for stints. I got him into training, back into exercising and training, and he started riding his bike, and all of a sudden he said, "Well, Michael, I feel like I'm tired. I'm not being able to get up and do it the same way anymore. Blah blah blah." So we are very well aware that we all have stress levels and
Yes.
points of stress in our lives, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. But
Some we can't control,
Right.
and others that we can. Here's what we can control, because like what Michael's talking about, we can't control those things. It's life. But what we can control is how we are dictating our own day and what we're doing with our day. So exercise is a big part.
Yep.
Eating well is another
Yep.
big part, and getting sleep.
Right.
Or if it's not sleep, all you mamas out there that are like, I got a 6-month-old baby, Tina, I'm not getting any sleep.
Right.
Okay, but resting the body
Right.
is also important. Resting the mind and the brain, because our brains are tired from all the thinking and overthinking we're doing from all the stress
Right.
of the day.
Yep.
So that was something that we really thought, and then we've got Michael and I, again, to go back to who are we and why are we here. Michael and I have been in the health and fitness industry, he for 40 years, me for 25. So it's been our passion to help to encourage and motivate and educate and train and inspire you all to live your best life, right? Your healthiest, best life you can. And we're too living life just like you. We are working full time. Michael is now traveling. We've been running our own businesses for most of those 40 and 25 years. We have one daughter who's 10.
It's like having 3 kids.
But she is a lot. She's extra. If you were watching actually this morning at 7, Mia and I go on live at 7 on Friday mornings, and she really said out loud on live that there's more followers when she's on.
And I'm not. So she's really talking about
She
replacing
thinks,
me.
Yeah, she's trying to
Don't
replace
buy
you.
the hype.
Wow, she thinks it should be Fitness Fridays with Tina and Mia, and Michael should be bounced. So Michael Emmanuel is watching, your nephew or your
What's
cousin.
up?
Hello
My
there.
cousin.
So we want to bring you every week as best we can some of the best information that we can on all the topics that you are troubled with throughout the week, that you come to us with and ask us for advice or help. So sleep's a big one. A lot of people have energy issues during the day.
Yeah.
So we always say exercise, good food, supplementation.
Exercise recharges your battery. It's a double-edged sword. Like you said, I'm too tired to exercise. Okay,
Right.
we get it.
And that's what we want to talk to you too about, pushing through or going. Yeah.
Yeah, and we're going to talk about that in a minute. But that's an important dichotomy of making a conscious decision to change your lifestyle. Look,
Yeah.
if you're an executive, here, my nephew and cousin, I should say, my cousin, Michael Emmanuel, Mr. Green Tea Ice Cream, by the way. Best
so
ice cream
good.
in the world.
Jersey.
Right, Jersey.
Shout
Let's hear
out
it for
to
Jersey. He's an executive. His father and mother, they're executives. They have all the challenges that anybody else has in the world. Small kids, big kids, doesn't matter. Empty nesters. You're still worried about your kids.
Yeah, of course.
All of these things go on. But the way to manage that stress, the way to take care of your body is you have to have a regimen. And it starts with a discipline. Now, I'm going to segue right into it. I wasn't feeling my best
Yes.
over the last couple of days. Am I sick? No. Was I feeling tired and drained?
Yes.
Yes. Physically and emotionally, I mean, we just moved from halfway across the country.
Yep,
It's all
yep.
catch. It's like a slinky, right? It's following me, and it finally all hit me. And here we are.
And you're traveling.
And I'm traveling. I'm back on a plane Monday morning
and
for 2 weeks.
you're traveling to another coast, so you're on
Right.
the East Coast. So your time zones
East
are
Coast,
messed up.
New York.
East Coast, but your time zones are messed up.
Right.
So your sleep is all off because there's no consistency. You'll always hear us talk about consistency, and that's with anything and everything.
Right.
But that's what and Michael's about to make the point. He's trying to stay so consistent best he can, even with this crazy schedule, to keep his exercise up. Now, he and I kind of had a debate the other day because he was in the gym parking lot and fell asleep. I mean, I don't know.
Woo!
I think
Hour
that's-
nap.
I think,
15.
but that was this, and the only reason I had a problem with that is because that was the second day in a row he went to go work out, but he was so tired and drained. My suggestion was to just listen to your body. Don't push through it if you feel like you're not going to be able to recoup.
Okay.
Right.
2 schools of thought.
Yeah.
Let's go. Tina's is, and especially if you're ill, and I'm talking about fever, I'm talking about cold.
Right.
It
Don't,
really,
don't be dumb and don't go to the gym.
That when you're like that,
Don't be
you
dumb.
you need to stay out of the gym because your immune system is already weakened.
Yes.
When you go into a workout, your initial response is that you're taxing your immune system again. So not to have a strong immune system will not allow you to heal and get better. Sleep, laying down, chilling,
Yeah.
trying to clear your mind is important. The other school of thought is pushing through. Now I know my body after
Correct.
59
That's
years.
right.
I knew that I didn't want to make sure, I wanted to make sure it wasn't an excuse that I just didn't want to work out. Yes, I had a lot of business items on my mind. I was, trying to follow my Clint Hurdle daily inspirationals to say,
We'll talk to you about those.
Yeah.
We'll send those to you.
count your blessings, practice gratitude every day, praise others, think about success. Number 4, let it go, and number 5, pray.
Pray.
Those are the 5 things we should do every day to make sure that we're living a full life, our best life ever. But I went to the parking lot yesterday. I went to the gym rather. I was in the parking lot.
Living his best life and napping
And
in
I
the car.
park all the way at the end of the parking lot. Nobody's around me. You can't see another car. I wake up, I don't know how long I was out for, maybe 15 or 20, and there's a car right next to me on either side, in front, behind. So the place got crowded. Everybody must have seen me with my mouth open
That's
like I do.
amazing.
Yeah, that was ugly.
That was
But
amazing.
I went back in that gym and I pushed, and I did 90% of the workout that I
Yeah.
normally do. I felt great, and I mentally felt like I accomplished something. So it is
Now,
going
wait,
to
let
be
me-
challenging.
Let me sidebar and say, here's the other thing he did know. He knew that he was going to get to rest later that evening.
Right.
He didn't have to go back to a strenuous situation. He was going to be able to kind of chill in the evening, and then he didn't have to be up for anything crazy this morning. So you knew you were going to catch up on some rest as well.
Right.
I think it's important that we say that because for all of those of us that are pushing through every day, we're on the grind. We're up every day at 4 in the morning or 5 in the morning. We go to the gym, we work out, and then we do the whole crazy day, and then we go take the kids to all their things, and then it's 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock before anybody is getting to bed or getting to rest.
Right.
And then they're getting up and just doing it all over again. When you're in that vicious cycle, which Michael and I have been in for many years,
Yeah.
which is exactly why we've finally taken a little bit of control of our life and said, hey, we cannot keep doing this. It has caused us some physical issues. It has caused us some mental issues in the sense of
Anguish.
it's caused us stress,
Beat you down.
anxiety,
Well,
things like that.
wears you down.
Yes. So we've had to take a look at our life and go, okay, hey, we can't work like this anymore, or we can't live like this anymore. Which is exactly why my very special guest, who we're going to announce right now.
Okay, can I get my phone?
Ooh, drum roll, please. Nicole
Right
Roethle.
Yeah.
Am I
yeah.
even close?
Raethle.
Raethle.
We even practiced practicing it for the
Woo.
last 15 minutes, and I still effed it up.
Straight out of Dyer,
Straight out
Indiana.
of Northwest Indiana.
Northwest Indiana in the house.
Nicole Roethle, who is one of my dearest friends, and I've been blessed and privileged to be next to her, beside her for the last 3 years, working with her,
Yeah.
as a colleague and a peer in the health and fitness industry. She is one of the best coaches
Thank
in
you.
Yeah,
gymnastics and in personal training
That's correct.
that Michael and I have ever met. Michael and I were actually very sad when we met her that we didn't meet her prior
Yep.
to that meeting. 8 years before that, so that we could have had her working alongside of us the whole time.
Yep.
So we brought Nicole in because she needed some rest and recuperation. She's actually here to visit her family, and it just so happened that we were going to be able to connect. So my heart was so happy. But we wanted to talk to her about the kid.
Yeah.
We're going to introduce her.
Look, when we met Nicole 3 years ago, Nicole was and still is an expert gymnastics coach.
Yeah, we're going to let her tell you about it.
Yeah, but she was also running the CrossFit program, and I came in and like the bull in the china closet. I have this. We're getting rid of this program, and we need you to do this, this, and this. And she was like, okay. She was great. But Nicole,
she got it though.
She got it. She understood.
She understood.
But Nicole, tell us a little bit about your background in gymnastics and fitness, and how you love working with kids, and how important rest is even for children who have a battery that goes on forever.
So parents, listen to this. This is very important.
My career started with trampoline specifically back in 90s. I was younger. My mom was like, oh yeah, she could do gymnastics. They wanted me to come almost 7 days a week, 4 hours a day.
Did you just start artistically? Like
I
it was
did,
just
yeah.
for fun?
Bars and beam, the good old gymnastics.
Yeah.
Right.
And they were like, oh, she's great, she's talented, let's put her on the team. And Mom was like, oh, whoa, pump your brakes. She's young, she doesn't need to do that much yet. So, long story short, I walked away because my mom didn't want to commit that much time. She knew.
How much time did they want you to spend?
5 days a week for like 4 hours a day.
Okay, that's a lot.
That's a lot.
5
for
days
like an 8-10-year-old.
That's a lot. Okay, so listen up, parents.
So then my mom, I just kept bugging her because I loved it. I wanted to be active. I love gymnastics, trampoline specifically. So she said, okay, let's try again. And I trained probably then only 3 days a week.
Okay.
So a lot less hours because it was trampoline and tumbling, which is easier sport in the aspect of you don't have 5 different events like artistic. You don't have to spend as much time in the gym. You don't have to spend, homeschooling.
For floor routines and things like
and
that,
all
right?
that,
Like,
the dance and all of that. So, as a 13-year-old, I was training 3 to 4 days a week then, increasing a little bit more. But I had gotten a major injury for a teenager. I had torn my ACL. And my mom was like, this is it. We're done.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, I love it. I want to keep doing it. So she made me do the rehab, do the 6 months of PT, stay out, really get better physically and stronger with the injury instead of just masking it and trying to get back in a hurry.
Yeah.
I want to ask a question. How old were you when you tore your ACL?
13.
13. Your menstrual cycles had started, true or false?
True.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very important.
Yeah.
And knowing Nicole's physique from an anatomical standpoint, one of the things young girls must be aware of is the Q angle, the angle from the hip to the knees, and research shows that a young woman, a young girl, has a heightened probability to tear an ACL in athletics during a menstrual cycle when maybe overuse was going on. Do you think overuse was going on?
And that was what I was going to ask.
Honestly, no. I just landed weird. I landed with 1 foot on the mat and 1
It's
foot
just
on the
weaker because of the hormones being released.
They were,
so moms and dads, be careful of your young
and still
daughters.
going in growth spurt.
She's
Still in a growth spurt at that point as
pubertal
well.
growth spurt for a young girl, 11 to 13.
Yes.
Boys, 12 to 14.
Yeah.
We blossom later.
Yeah, go figure. You do a lot of things later.
Oh,
but so, and let me ask
then.
this, and that's not nearly as brutal of a sport on the body as floor, right?
Yep.
Trampoline and tumbling, tumbling, but trampoline, not as bad as...
Right, not as much impact not as
and
much
things
as
like that, right?
the beam and the floor stuff.
Correct.
Right.
Okay. But you were only doing the 3 days, even at that time. They were asking her to do 5, and her and her mom decided 3 days was, and it was adequate because you did go on to compete and do very well.
Yep. So I continued on all through high school, and I moved away to continue my training with somebody I felt who had a little bit higher expertise. And they even were cautious about how many days a week we worked out. We were demanded 2 days of rest.
Okay,
he was cautious about how many hours we actually spent training and how many hours we actually spent doing off training or cross training, I guess is the better word.
Yeah.
Yep.
Making sure that we did have opportunities to explore our social life and have opportunities to have friendships outside of the gym.
Yeah.
Knowing that we had to rest from our sport as well as continue to train.
Yes.
He didn't want us just train.
Good. That's a smart coach.
And what do you see? Because now Nicole has been coaching kids.
Yes,
She's
18 years.
Yeah, she's been coaching kids for 18 years. So
She's lying. She's 22
Yeah, I
years
know
old.
she is. She does look so young. So
wish.
you've been coaching kids and judging.
Judging,
As a matter of fact, she's
yes.
a judge as
Yes.
well, y'all. So, but do you see too much training right now
You can tell the society has shifted where parents almost seem a little more eager and ambitious about the child's goal and wishes, and they want them to just go, go, go. You know, private lessons, extracurricular stuff to help with the sport. I mean,
That's in addition to the 5 days
to the
of
trainings
training.
that they're already doing.
Wow.
You
Isn't,
know?
I'm gonna intercede here. Isn't that interesting? At a time in society where obesity and overweight conditions are running rampant, especially with kids because of technology, we're still talking about certain parents maybe trying to live vicariously through their kids and want them to get scholarships. We understand. I'm not gonna. I wish my father pushed me more. He didn't. But I did play something every day. But you must be careful because gymnastics is not for the slight-hearted. That is a real intense. That's the NFL of physicalness.
But let's stop right there because you said you wish your dad would have pushed you more.
Right.
Push you how? Now remember, pushing you doesn't mean saying, "Hey, go get in the gym 5 days a week," or "You should
6
practice
days
every
a
day."
week, right.
Pushing your
Supporting
child
me.
means
What I meant
supporting,
is,
right?
yeah, support.
That's the key.
Support.
You wanted that support. You just need to encourage them, and encouraging them and doing and giving them what they need is also telling them, "Hey, listen, babe,
rest.
I think you need to rest a couple
Right.
days. I think I need to talk to your coach or talk to the coach when your child's not around and say, Coach, please, can you ask that little Johnny or little Sally take a couple days to rest?" Because we're putting a lot of pressure on our kids too already in society with school. These kids have a ton of pressure with school and schoolwork and social media and trying to keep up, and we don't want to do that to them anymore.
True. And one more thing before we get back to Nicole. Especially with young athletes with baseball, the coaching has the overuse of throwing as a pitcher has led young teenagers into the surgery room to get Tommy John surgery. That means things are not going the way they should.
Yeah, let's
so
not injure our kids.
overuse, right?
Yeah.
Rest, sleeping is one thing. Point number 2 is be careful of overuse. Correct?
Right, just resting the body's resting the muscle, which is, and then in turn, moms and dads, you're going to get more rest because you're not running them around like crazy people, because that's what we start doing. We start running them to practice. They got to get to practice, and then that's part of what's altering our day. It's a trickle down effect. So it was very important today that we wanted to make sure we hit home with, because a lot of people are trying to get to the gym 7 days a week also, which we've never really
Let's talk
encouraged.
about that.
Let's talk about that.
An addiction could be a good thing and a bad
Yes.
thing. Okay? And over my years in this business, I have seen people being addicted to exercise. Here's what you have to understand. Pay attention. Let me hit you with some
And that's
knowledge.
because of stress, anxiety, depression.
Let me hit you with some knowledge.
Hit us with some knowledge. I like when you say that.
You do not make gains when you're in the gym actually
That's
working out.
right. Preach, brother.
You are tearing down your muscles. You feel pumped because you're rushing blood into the muscle fiber to break it apart, because muscle cells multiply. Fat cells only grow in size or shrink in size.
Right.
You never change the amount of cells you have in fat cells, but in muscle cells you create hypertrophy.
So you can't go freeze your fat cells, PS, by the way.
Yeah,
just
that's
saying.
another crazy
We'll have
thing.
that on another show.
But what's important for you to know is that you want to make sure that you rest when you come out of the gym. As soon as you walk out of that gym, nutrition is key.
Food and rest.
Food
That's
and rest.
what builds the
So
muscle.
recuperation starts with nutrition and then starts with laying down. Now, today I'm glad I pushed through my workout yesterday because today's my rest day.
He's going to eat and sleep all day today.
No, I'm not. I wish I could. I gotta work. But I'm going to watch my carbohydrate intake.
Yeah.
I'm going to shrink it on the days I'm not in the gym, because remember, food is fuel. It's not, don't treat it as a treat. Don't treat it as a luxury. Don't treat it as a celebration every day.
And carbohydrate is a great energy source. A good carbohydrate is a great energy source to go into the gym and pump up with.
So important to know that overtraining will get you worse. Look, there's an expression called skinny fat, fat skinny. However you want. If you can pinch, if you're thin and lean looking, and you're a size, I'll pick on women for a sec,
Oh,
a 1, a 2, a
ooh.
3, whatever that is. No. If you could pinch a wad of anything, anywhere
Yeah,
on your
right,
body,
right.
you do not have enough muscle cell. And it might be because you're not resting and recuperating. So protein, the dominant macronutrient in every single meal. Keep your carbohydrates complex in the morning, afternoon, and then taper them down during the day.
Yes.
On the days you don't train, you want to make sure you don't take in the same amount of carbohydrates as you do on the day that you train, because you don't need them at this point. Let's talk about the third thing that's so important, DOMS.
Yes.
Who wants to tell me what DOMS is?
Delayed onset muscle soreness.
Whoa, bing, ding, 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 ding. Johnny,
It's like I've
tell
been
her what she's
studying that.
won.
It's like I've been studying that.
DOMS,
for a long
DOMS,
time.
delayed onset muscle soreness. That happens in 24 to 48
yes.
hours. That soreness that you feel that should not debilitate you. If you can't sit on a toilet without
Right, or
screaming,
brush your hair. for
you
God's
train
sake.
too hard. If you can't lift your hands like Tina says to comb your hair, brush your hair, it's too much. You don't want it. You've created
Right.
too much damage.
Yeah.
And what's important that you understand is now that feeling is the lactic acid coming
Yep,
in the
yep.
muscle and now flushing it out. It's the muscle cells healing. You want to feel a little bit of healing. You want to feel a little bit of soreness, but not overly.
Which is why we recommend every other day
Right.
for strength
Strength
training,
training.
right?
Right.
We always say every other day. So if you want to go on your off days to do a little bit of cardio, and then here's what we want to say about cardio. Cardio is fabulous, wonderful. Not high intensity every time you go in. Do a low intensity cardio day. Just walk on the treadmill.
Right.
Just do the bike. Right. It doesn't have to be high intensity all the time. The rest and recuperation, as Michael said,
Key.
just to recap, we want to just
Who
say
wants
that.
results? Raise your hand.
Yes.
If
yes.
you want results, you have to rest and recuperate
And feed.
your body. But
Yes.
take it easy. It's not a sprint. You're not going to lose. If anybody's trying to lose weight, think about how long it took you to put it on. You think it's going to come off in 1/10 of the time? Don't
Right.
be ridiculous.
Right.
Redunculous.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
All right. Wow. I'm sweating.
A lot.
Yes.
Yeah, it's hot here in Texas
if you
today.
want to lose weight, you should just come to
Move
Texas,
to Texas.
and sit in the sun for 5 minutes, and that's it. I
Yeah.
mean, you don't have to ever work out again.
Any final comments from Miss Nicole?
Listen to your body, most of
Oh,
all.
Yes,
beautiful.
girl.
I mean, in my 33 years of life, I've finally learned it.
Yeah.
Probably a little
My
too
girl.
late, but
Yes.
I've done a little damage. But hopefully, I can
Right.
rest and recover more now and save
Absolutely.
myself a little bit.
And you had a bad paw, right? Her foot.
She had a bad paw.
And when you
For
have a
those
bad
of you that
paw,
don't know Bronx Bonics, that's a paw.
when you have a
Paw.
bad paw,
It's like a hand
you
or a
can't
foot.
walk around and you can't sustain your weight. So it's a foundation muscle or joint.
That's right. Yep.
It's a foundation joint, and the
So
muscles
the
around.
very feet she was standing on all day.
She needed
were-
was
right.
hurt and they
Needed
were
to-
damaged.
She needed
So
to come off of
you've
it.
got to take care. Be smart, train smart, rest wisely, and eat cleanly.
Eat good food.
We love
so
you.
here's what we want to say too. Go to our website, sensationallife.com, and sign up for our email. Subscribe to the email. We send you a recap of this segment. And
Pass it on.
We give you a wow.
Read it,
He's
pass it on.
so loud in my ear. Wow. Rest your voice.
Getting
You
the
should
guns
rest
ready
your
for
voice.
rest.
Mike Lucas is watching from ProFit.
Yo!
Lucas.
Lucas in the house.
And there's Billy McGee. Annie
Billy
and
McGee, mwah, mwah, Annie,
from the
mwah,
East Coast,
mwah.
from the Bronx.
City Island in the
Oh
Bronx.
my God, he just got
from
loud
the
again.
Rock. We're from the Rock.
Sensationallife.com. And just so you know, we got so many great things coming up, guys. We've got training programs that we're gonna have for you. We've got nutrition programs we're gonna have for you. Debbie Gallus thinks we're hilarious. We are. Oh no, she really just thinks I'm funny.
You are.
I'm funny.
Debbie, I still love you, Debbie.
I
I
love
was still your
Debbie more
first,
than
Debbie.
anything.
Feel me? I mean,
I was her first.
He's leaving right next to you. Just right here. We're just right here. Okay? So, we are just...
Leave him
leave him
alone.
alone, your girlfriend.
Thank you.
Oh, Holly. Come on, Holly.
Thank you.
Holly,
Hey, everybody,
stop.
live with passion.
Absolutely.
This is
Yes.
passion. Live with passion.
Absolutely.
Be smart. Take care
Or
of your
live
body.
with Michael Senna.
It's the only body that the
I got
Lord,
an extra room.
the good Lord only gave you. One
That is
body.
right. And
Take
he
care
wants
of
you to
it.
rest it. On the
Mwah.
7th day, he said rest.
That's
Yes.
right.
So listen, oh Michael, she is sending you some love.
Good.
Okay, so sensationallife.com. We'll send you the recap with all the great tips and everything that we covered. And then next week, you're not here. Mia's going to take over next week. It's going to be Fitness Fridays with Tina Mia. Actually, I do have a special guest coming next week, too.
Wow.
Unless Nicole stays. If it's Nicole staying, then maybe her and I will do next Friday, too. Leslie Tatum, actually, from Living Health. It's a holistic health center here in Texas. She does all kinds of great things.
Yeah.
She does hydrocolon therapy. She does ozone therapy. So I'm going to have her on as my guest next week. And you'll hear about a lot of great things on her as well. So sensationallife.com. We'll send you an email blast, recap of all the things that we've got going on and coming up. And hello, Alicia.
Hi, Alicia.
We love you. We miss you. Everybody have an amazing Friday and an even better, healthy, happy weekend. Right? Love
We're
you
going
guys.
to Schlitterbahns.
We're going to
Water
Schlitterbahns.
park. Yeah.
We'll send you some video from Schlitterbahns tomorrow.
Yes.
Cheers.
Bye, guys.